Story number 1. Once upon a time, in a small, quaint town nestled between rolling hills and a serene lake, there lived a young girl named Lily. Lily was eager to learn English but found it challenging to dedicate time during her busy days. One evening, after a particularly tiring day, she decided to try a unique approach to learning English in her sleep. Lily had heard about a special device called the Dream Learner from a friend. Intrigued, she obtained one from the local learning center. The Dream Learner was a headset that played English lessons and stories as she slept, with the hope that her subconscious would absorb the language. That night, she placed the Dream Learner on her head, feeling a mixture of excitement and skepticism. As she drifted off to sleep, soft whispers of English phrases and stories filled her dreams. In her dream, she found herself in a magical forest. The trees were tall and wise, their branches forming a natural canopy. A wise old owl perched on a branch, beginning to tell her a captivating story in English. As the sun sets over the horizon, the owl began. A young adventurer named Tim set off on a journey to uncover the secrets of a forgotten kingdom. As the story unfolded, the owl narrated in clear English, using descriptive words and engaging sentences. Lily was engrossed, her subconscious absorbing the language effortlessly. Night after night, Lily would listen to English stories in her dreams. The stories transported her to different worlds, each introducing new vocabulary, sentence structures, and grammar. Through the Dream Learner, Lily's mind started to make connections between the words she heard in her dreams and their meanings. She began to understand the language in a more intuitive and natural way. One morning, after several weeks of using the Dream Learner, Lily woke up feeling a renewed sense of confidence in her English abilities. The phrases and sentences she had heard in her dreams were now familiar, and she found herself thinking in English more effortlessly. Encouraged by her progress, Lily continued using the Dream Learner, supplementing her traditional language learning methods. Over time, her Dreamtime lessons proved invaluable, enhancing her fluency and comprehension. Lily's dedication paid off, and she eventually became proficient in English. The Dream Learner had helped her weave the magic of language into her dreams, making her language learning journey both effective and enjoyable. And from that day on, Lily always remembered the magical forest and the wise old owl that had guided her through the world of English in her dreams. Story number 2. Once upon a time, in a bustling city named Brightsville, there was a young man named Alex who had a deep desire to learn English fluently. Alex was a hard-working individual, juggling a full-time job and family responsibilities, leaving him with little time for traditional language learning. One day, while browsing the internet, Alex stumbled upon an article about a breakthrough in language learning technology. The article mentioned a device called the LinguaSleeper, a cutting-edge tool designed to help people learn languages while they slept. Intrigued, Alex ordered the LinguaSleeper and eagerly awaited its arrival. When the package finally arrived, he set it up beside his bed, feeling a mix of excitement and anticipation for the journey ahead. That night, Alex put on the comfortable headset and activated the LinguaSleeper. Soft, melodic music played in the background as the device began to introduce English lessons and vocabulary. As he drifted into slumber, he found himself in a dreamlike classroom. A friendly teacher stood at the front, guiding the lesson in perfect English. Today, we're going to learn about common phrases used in daily conversations, the teacher said, setting the tone for the night's lesson. In the dream, Alex was engaged and eager to learn. The lesson was interactive and enjoyable, with colorful visuals aiding his understanding of the phrases. He repeated the phrases and practiced pronunciation, all while surrounded by the comforting glow of the dream classroom. Night after night, the linguist sleeper transported Alex to different dream classrooms, covering various aspects of the English language, grammar, vocabulary, idioms, and more. The lessons were carefully crafted to be engaging and informative, tailored to his learning pace and level. Over time, the English phrases he'd heard in his dreams began to integrate into his waking conversations. He found himself using new words and expressions effortlessly, surprising both himself and those around him with his improved language skills. The linguist sleeper became an indispensable part of Alex's language learning routine. It provided him with an immersive and effortless way to enhance his English skills, fitting seamlessly into his busy life. Months later, Alex was able to confidently speak English fluently. He realized that the linguist sleeper had transformed his language learning journey, allowing him to fulfill his dream of mastering English while balancing his work and family commitments. And so, Alex's success story inspired many others in Brightsville and beyond, proving that with dedication and innovative tools, learning a new language could be achieved even while one slept. Story number 3. Once upon a time, in a picturesque village called Willowbrook, there was a young girl named Maya who had a fervent passion for learning English. Maya lived in a tight-knit community, surrounded by lush forests and flowing rivers, but opportunities for formal language education were limited. Determined to improve her English skills, Maya embarked on a creative learning journey. She decided to use a unique technique that involved incorporating English into her dreams, hoping that her subconscious mind would grasp the language effortlessly. Each night before she went to bed, Maya would create a cozy and peaceful atmosphere in her room. She would light a scented candle and play soft instrumental music to set the mood for her language learning experience. Maya would then lie down, close her eyes, and visualize a beautiful garden in her mind, a garden where the flowers whispered English words and phrases, helping her absorb the language in a magical way. In her dreamy garden, she encountered friendly animals that represented different English sounds and letters. A graceful peacock with vibrant feathers taught her the letter P, while a wise owl demonstrated the correct pronunciation of O. As she continued this routine, her dreams became more vivid and interactive. She started to engage in conversations with imaginary characters in English, building her vocabulary and improving her grammar without even realizing it. One night, she dreamt of a kind, elderly woman named Graham, who guided her through a storybook adventure. The story was written in English, and as Maya followed along, she began to understand the plot and learn new words in the process. Maya's enthusiasm for her dream-based English learning journey grew with each passing night. The garden and its inhabitants had become her companions in this magical quest for language mastery. Months later, her efforts bore fruit. She found herself speaking English fluently, surprising everyone in her village. Maya's story spread far and wide, inspiring others in her community to explore creative methods for learning and discovering the joy of language in their dreams. And so, in the quaint village of Willowbrook, the tale of Maya and her dreamy English garden became a legend, passed down through generations as a reminder that with determination and imagination, the world of language was accessible to all. Story number 4. Once upon a time, in the heart of a bustling city named Millsworth, there was a young boy named Sammy who was passionate about learning English. Sammy was raised in a diverse neighborhood, surrounded by people from various cultures and backgrounds, making English an essential language for effective communication. One day, Sammy's kind-hearted neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, a retired English teacher, noticed his enthusiasm for learning and wanted to help him in his journey. She shared a special tale about a magical book that could grant language skills through dreams. The book was called The Whispering Pages. Mrs. Thompson explained that when read before bedtime, the enchanting stories within the pages would manifest in the reader's dreams, allowing them to grasp the essence of English in a magical and memorable way. Eager to embark on this magical adventure, Sammy borrowed The Whispering Pages from Mrs. Thompson and began reading it each night before bed. The first story transported him to a lively market, where vendors cheerfully chatted with customers in English, teaching him essential phrases and expressions. Night after night, Sammy delved into different stories within the book, each introducing new vocabulary and grammar. He met fascinating characters, visited remarkable places, and engaged in whimsical conversations, all in the realm of his dreams. As the weeks passed, Sammy noticed a change in his daily interactions. The words and phrases he encountered in his dreams began to effortlessly slip into his waking conversations. He gained confidence in expressing himself in English, whether it was at school, in the community, or simply chatting with Mrs. Thompson. The magical book not only taught Sammy the language but also instilled a love for storytelling and reading. The characters and adventures fueled his imagination and encouraged him to explore the vast world of literature. In time, Sammy became not just proficient but also passionate about English. The enchantment of The Whispering Pages had made learning a joyous and transformative experience for him. Inspired by Sammy's progress, Mrs. Thompson shared the legend of The Whispering Pages with other eager learners in the community. The magical book continued to touch the lives of many, illustrating that the power of dreams and storytelling could make the journey of learning a language both magical and meaningful. Story number 5. Once upon a time, in a quaint village named Meadowridge, there lived a young woman named Emma who was determined to learn English. Emma was a diligent worker, spending her days in the bustling village bakery, leaving little time for traditional language lessons. One evening, while tidying up the bakery, she discovered an old, weathered book titled The Midnight Lexicon, tucked away in a dusty corner. Intrigued by its mysterious aura, she opened the pages and found that it held a secret. It had the power to teach languages through dreams. With hope sparkling in her eyes, Emma began reading The Midnight Lexicon before she went to sleep each night. The first night, she dreamt of a grand library where the books themselves whispered English words and phrases, immersing her in a world of learning and wonder. In her dreams, Emma explored the vast library, reading story after story. Each dream was a unique adventure, featuring different characters and settings, all designed to introduce her to the beauty of the English language. One night, she met a character named Leo, a wise lion who spoke eloquently in English. Leo took her on a journey through a forest, teaching her about nature and vocabulary along the way. The dream was so vivid that when she woke up, she could remember and use the words she had encountered. As the nights went by, Emma's dreams became her classroom, and The Midnight Lexicon, her trusted teacher. The magical dreamscape transformed into a vibrant school, where she learned grammar, idioms, and pronunciation from dreamlike tutors who made the lessons engaging and fun. With dedication and the assistance of The Midnight Lexicon, Emma's English proficiency grew rapidly. She soon felt more comfortable conversing with customers at the bakery and engaging with visitors who passed through the village. The magical book not only helped her learn the language but also instilled a love for stories and reading. Emma became an avid reader, exploring tales both within her dreams and in the waking world, expanding her language skills and knowledge. Eventually, Emma's bakery became a hub for language enthusiasts, all inspired by her journey. She shared the enchanting tale of the Midnight Lexicon, and many in Metteridge began their own adventure, discovering the joy of learning English through dreams and imagination. And so, the magic of dreams and the power of storytelling continued to touch lives in the charming village of Metteridge. Story number 6. Once upon a time, in the vibrant city of Serenity, lived a young artist named Miguel who had a profound desire to learn English. Miguel was passionate about his art, spending hours in his studio creating beautiful paintings that depicted the soul and spirit of his city. One day, as he wandered through the bustling streets, he met an elderly painter named Isabella, who had traveled the world and learned many languages. Intrigued by Miguel's aspiration to learn English, Isabella gifted him a mysterious paintbrush with a beautiful, iridescent handle. "This paintbrush is no ordinary brush," Isabella explained. "It holds the power to make your dreams come alive, and in your dreams, you shall learn the language you seek." Eager to explore this extraordinary gift, Miguel thanked Isabella and, that night, held the paintbrush close as he fell asleep. In his dreams, Miguel found himself in a breathtaking realm filled with vibrant colors and wondrous landscapes. With the magical paintbrush, he began to paint scenes that came alive with movement and sound. Each night, the paintbrush guided him through different settings: an English-speaking market, a bustling cafe, a lively classroom, each providing an immersive environment for language learning. Miguel conversed with dream characters who spoke English, and they patiently corrected his pronunciation and grammar. One night, he painted a bustling cityscape where he met Sarah, a friendly young woman who was also eager to learn. They practiced conversations and celebrated each other's progress, creating a supportive learning environment in their dreams. Days turned into weeks, and Miguel's grasp of English improved rapidly. The dream world had made learning a joyous and enchanting adventure. He started incorporating English phrases into his artwork, infusing his paintings with the newfound magic of language. One morning, Miguel awoke to find that the magical paintbrush had turned into a real brush, and the iridescent handle had transformed into a palette with vibrant English colors. He realized that the magic of his dreams had merged with his waking world, giving him the ability to continue his language journey with passion and creativity. Inspired by his newfound proficiency, Miguel held a small art exhibit where he showcased his paintings adorned with English phrases. The exhibition was a great success, captivating the hearts of the visitors and inspiring them to embark on their own artistic language journey. And so, the tale of Miguel's magical paintbrush and the wonders of language spread throughout the city of Serenity, sparking a movement where art and language intertwined, enchanting the souls of all who sought to learn and create.